Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the coverage of everything that's happened in Ferguson. And of course, you guys all know what happened at this point, but I do want to bring up one little thing which I mentioned in the Rubin report this week, which is that this wasn't about the trial of Darren Wilson, the officer that shot Mike Brown. This was just the grand jury decision whether this thing was going to go to trial. And I think it's important to say that because people, I think that somehow Darren Wilson got off, that there was an actual jury trial and he got off. That's not what happened here, and it's important to be clear about that. What happened here is that this didn't even have enough evidence, so to speak, according to the prosecutor, to even get to trial. So it's important that we know that so that when you're talking about it, and I think for the people that are out there that are upset, that are the people that are rioting, the people that are marching, et cetera, I think it's important that everyone knows the facts. The people that are upset with those people and the people that are backing Darren Wilson, I think need to understand what the facts are. So I think that's just an interesting piece of the puzzle. But what I really want to talk about here was sort of the media coverage of it and the social media part of it and all that, because that's the part that we're all in on. We're all in on it together. And as I've been watching this stuff, you know, I have usually CNN on when I'm watching, and then I'll flip between Fox and MSNBC just to kind of get balance. There's no balance there, but just to get some sort of view of what everybody in that world is thinking. And it's really interesting how they all sort of do it a different way, but then also on social media, because I'm doing the Twitter thing the whole time, and how everyone, you know, we all have an opinion on this, and we've talked a lot about on my show how everyone constantly feels the need to have an opinion on everything. And as an opinion guy, I understand certainly why. But I think there's something really interesting about sort of the shared experience that we now all have with this. Because with these cable news channels going 24 hours a day and the 24-hour news cycle that everybody's always talking about, and then our ability to tweet and put vines up immediately if something happens that you can get video on real quick and Facebook it, or is anyone on Facebook anymore? I don't know. But all this stuff that we're all watching this all unfold together, I think is really kind of fascinating. And there's parts of it that you really feel connected to all of it, and it almost feels empowering, like something's really happening that you're a part of while you're just sitting in your home. And then there's another part that it almost feels like slightly nauseating, that we're all doing this all together. I'm really curious what your thoughts are on it, so let me know in the comments right down below.